take on the handcuffs. Have it.
I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm properly if I haven't committed a crime of that.
Okay. All right. Give us a second.
I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Gold.
NBA YoungBoy's lawyers just revealed he could be released in 2025, they said. "I finally wrapped up YoungBoy's case. He got 23 months, but since we credited time from another Louisiana case, he should be out in 3 months. The exact release depends on his sentencing day, which was chaotic because a fan hacked the courtroom and shouted, 'Free YoungBoy.'"
Little free YB, man. Free YB.
Everyone needs to stay muted. Okay?
No. Free YB.
Alright, Mr. Golden's case has already been called. He's done with court today. For those of you interested, everyone keep yourselves muted.
Free YB. Free YB.
Even YoungBoy reacted to the fan who hacked the courtroom by smiling as he walked in. However, his sentencing began with the judge reading the official charges. On March 10, 2021, YoungBoy was arrested and charged with 1 count of firearm possession by a convicted felon and 1 count of possession of an unregistered firearm. The charges stemmed from an incident during a music video shoot where YoungBoy and his crew danced on a car hood while waving firearms. An older woman nearby, alarmed by the scene, called the police. When officers arrived, they recognized YoungBoy and arrested him due to his extensive criminal history.
So yesterday at court, the body cam footage of the officer who put the cuffs on YoungBoy back in September during that music video, that was shown. And it was very interesting because the cop comes right up to him, whatever, he puts the cuffs on him. And then YoungBoy's reaction is kind of hilarious. I thought it might be interesting for y'all. He was like, "Yo, big dog, man, what you doing, man? Why you putting these cuffs on me?" That's what he was calling the cop. He was calling the cop big dog. He's like, "Big dog, you up right now? I didn't do nothing. You can search me. I got nothing on me." Cop doesn't listen. Cop puts him in and the whole time, YoungBoy's like, yo, man, what you doing, man? Big dog, why? And it really goes to show you a lot about this case. YoungBoy didn't think he did anything wrong. He didn't think that they were going to go and start taking footage from music videos and said, "You held the music video and you're a felon and that's a federal felony and you're going to face 3 to 5 years." No, and it really shows you that these federal laws, as applied to kids like NBA YoungBoy from the hood, are extremely unfair and extremely punitive, and we need to take a good, long look on what's going on there.
While the arrest was happening, YoungBoy's cameraman tried to delete the footage to avoid being caught holding a firearm. But the police confiscated the camera before he could, leaving full video evidence of YoungBoy waving firearms. YoungBoy's lawyer argued the footage was obtained illegally, but the court rejected this. It's announced YoungBoy lost his appeal, and prosecutors can now use the footage to convict him.
Update on NBA YoungBoy who lost the appeal with the federal appeals court. He can take it up to the Supreme Court. What happened? So, the federal judge, the lower court, ruled in his favor. She said that the video of him holding what looks like to be is suppressed. Can't be used at trial against him. The way you guys obtained it, you violated his constitutional rights. Now, the government went to the Fifth Circuit, United States Court of Appeals. The Fifth Circuit said, "You know what? We have a different decision. And we're going to say that the government can use that evidence. It is going to be allowed in the case." Now, YoungBoy's got a couple of options. 1, he can appeal to the Supreme Court. I fully expect they will appeal to the Supreme Court. 2, you got to go to the government and say, "Look, this guy was locked up for a long amount of time. I think he was locked up for almost a year. He's been on house arrest for almost a year. How much time do you want him to serve and think about doing a plea bargain?" Ultimately, you can also take this case to trial and try to beat the feds and go 2-0 against them, who's previously beaten a federal.
Knowing the case was going badly for YoungBoy, the courtroom grew very somber. Even the judge gave him an emotional, motivational speech. According to the court reporter, the judge told YoungBoy he was being robbed of his talent and potential because of his addiction and wished him the best of luck after his release.
Mr. Golden, I've seen so many times that good men and women who have a lot of talent and potential, that they can be robbed of that potential when they start to really struggle with their addiction. So I don't want that for you. You seem like a very talented young man. I'm hoping in your future that once you're done with your federal prison time, that you can be really successful on federal probation and have a really bright future where you can reach your full potential in every aspect of your life. Best of luck to you, Mr. Golden.
Thank you. That's all I have.
Okay, excuse me.
You may.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you all.
The official report states YoungBoy's case is closed. He will serve 27 months in jail and 60 months on probation, a long time behind bars. But it gets worse. YoungBoy still faces charges for other crimes because he skipped a court date in 2021, making him a wanted man. The FBI staked out his Louisiana mansion until he left in his car. They followed him with lights on, sparking a high-speed chase. YoungBoy pulled over at first, but when an officer exited his vehicle, he sped off. Again, after running into traffic, he took an exit into residential streets. Once he put some distance between himself and the feds, he jumped out and fled on foot. Unfortunately, he was wearing designer shoes, skinny jeans, a jacket, and diamond chains not ideal for a police chase. Shockingly, he ran through a fan's backyard who caught it on camera with cops close behind. YoungBoy was finally caught after a K-9 unit tracked his scent.
You know, talk to us. As soon as we're done with everything, we'll take off the handcuffs.
I don't have a statement. I don't want to be detained in these handcuffs like this. I'm probably if I haven't committed a crime today.
Okay. All right. Give us a second, okay?
You know one of the decisions?
Hey, no,
So, you know, any statement, any one of those statements?
Mr. Martinez, I don't want to give a statement. I don't want to be.
The charges YoungBoy faced from fleeing the police were serious, including speeding, resisting arrest, and more. But with his wealth, he hired top lawyers and secured a bond to get out of jail.
For YoungBoy out of California is a $540,000 bond. He put up $500,000 in cash. In addition, he put up as collateral 2 properties worth in excess of $1.5 million, and he has to wear an ankle monitor. However, he's not going to be on house arrest. According to the bond set by the California judge, he simply has to wear the ankle monitor but is otherwise free to travel. This is very big. Why? Given that the California judge found that these circumstances are sufficient for a YoungBoy, why would a Louisiana judge find any differently? The Louisiana judge is looking at the same facts, he's looking at the same charges, and he's making a decision under the exact same federal law. Sure, it's a different court and a different circuit, and the way the laws are applied varies somewhat from state to state. It shouldn't vary a lot. If this California judge said, hey, this much money and these restrictions are good, it would be very, very weird for a Louisiana judge to say, oh no amount of money and no restrictions. That would be very uncommon. I fully expect that the Louisiana judge on Tuesday will release YoungBoy on.
Though YoungBoy's firearms case is officially closed and he was lucky to get only 27 months, his recent path has been rough. Constant arrests, mugshots, and conflicts with other rappers have hurt his reputation. When YoungBoy was arrested, after the police chase, NLE Choppa released a support song titled Free YoungBoy. But YoungBoy's ongoing disses toward other rappers cost him Choppa's support. In 2022, after dropping the diss track Bring the Hook In, YoungBoy dissed Ook and King Vav after Vav passed, sparking backlash and turning Choppa against him. DJ Academics labeled YoungBoy on Demon Time after a new tape dropped. Lil Reese disagreed, saying he's just rapping like others. Choppa agreed, saying he only stamped it because of the disrespect toward King Vav. YoungBoy later dissed Choppa in a verse threatening him over his loyalty, which led Choppa to address the Beef on Academics podcast.
He's not able to defend his name, bro. There'll be a lot going on within his name about him. When, to me, bro, he a real stand-up dude. And it was just unfortunate how it happened. Like, you can't go a person as a man.
Choppa even followed up by giving a second interview with DJ Vlad to further discuss the beef.
You heard that? What'd you think?
It was funny. I feel like, it's not serious when you hit the net. It's fun. It's just entertaining.
Yeah.
It was entertaining. Good song. Nice bars.
All Choppa wanted was to make the rap game less negative, but it sparked a major conflict with YoungBoy. Even Jay Youngin had issues with YoungBoy, leading some to suspect YoungBoy's crew was involved in DJ's passing an intense claim, especially since Jay was once a fan of YoungBoy.
Me and YoungBoy, so we will be making music together. I'm a fan of YoungBoy music. Yeah, we gonna collaborate pretty soon. We just can put on for our state because when we do, I feel like that's gonna be one of the hardest collaborations.
The two even collaborated on the song Up With Me, but fell out soon after when Jay leaked a snippet of an unreleased YoungBoy track on Instagram. YoungBoy replied in the comments, "Delete this now. I don't know how you even got my song. I don't mess around like that. Instead of making peace, Jay posted a video saying he wouldn't tolerate any disrespect.
I'm a real, and I stand on everything, you hear me? Ain't no gonna play with me, ain't gonna disrespect me.
Jay fired back at YoungBoy for how he handled the situation, making it personal. Jay rapped, he put that comment on my post. They laughed about that, but I was laughing when your baby mama was on me, referencing photos showing Jay with one of YoungBoy's baby mamas. In response, YoungBoy allegedly tried to confront Jay on the streets, even recording the encounter. Feel free to comment and like the video and drop your thoughts below.